We're here today with my X22i to install the Peloton app. I actually have several videos out that guide you through the steps of installing the Peloton app on your NordicTrack machine. Yes, that is something we can do. For all you first-time viewers or subscribers, we actually have steps to install the Peloton app on our NordicTrack machines. Why would you want to do that? Well, my answer is the same. Why not? Why not have different options on your beautiful 22-inch screen, 32-inch screen, or maybe you're casting from your X11 onto a huge 55 or 65-inch display. So why not have the option of using the Peloton app? Or why not have the option of installing the Peloton app? So that's what we're doing today. Shout out to this gentleman right here, Tommy Rivs, as he fights in his battle with cancer. So let's get back to the Peloton app. There's two things that you have to do before you install the Peloton app. First thing is you want to make sure you're in privileged mode. And the second thing, you want to make sure that unknown sources is enabled. So let's do that right now. I'm going to set this into privileged mode. How do you do that? You do that with the 10 tap technique, or T cubed. 10 taps, wait 7 to 8 seconds, and then 10 more taps. All right, here goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Setting privilege mode to true. Now that we have privilege mode enabled, what I normally do is I swipe up and then hit the circle. And this gets me to my desktop. Now you probably won't have these shortcuts, or you may have these shortcuts, but I'm going to hit this circle with the 6 dots to get to my main Android desktop, my admin privilege mode desktop. And from here you can see that I have the Peloton app. Show you really quick that it works. Have a sip of my coffee. For those of you that are wondering, this is a Joeveo mug. I'm not sponsored by them, but what it does is it actually keeps your coffee or your beverage hot for several hours, and it has an ingenious way of doing it, something on the inside that immediately pulls all the heat out of your coffee and then stores it there and slowly releases it back into your coffee. If you'd like, I'll have a link in the description so you can look this up. Again, I'm not sponsored or anything. I just love sipping on my coffee, drinking it very slowly, and I got tired of going back to the microwave, heating it up, heating it up. With that, it keeps it hot for several hours at a time, and it actually brings it down to a drinkable temperature immediately, so you're not scalding yourself. All right, so this Peloton app is taking quite some time. Oh, there you go. Okay, so I'm not sure what happened before. So it says here, Peloton join live and on-demand classes with world-class instructors right here, right now. Get started and log in. It says I can create an account. Let's try creating an account because I no longer have an account. So let me go ahead and film this process of creating an account. I'll use my Dr. NT account. So I'm using my drnt0714@gmail.com account. If you ever have any questions or anything, you can actually use that email to get a hold of me. Let me pause while I actually enter my password. Create the account. Well, we'll go with Dr. NT, and we're at home. Great. Start your free trial. Access the full class library free for 30 days. No credit card required. Awesome. Let's do it. Start the trial. I like that you don't need a credit card. That's amazing. So as you can see, here are some of the classes that I can take. So for me, I actually like the trainer-led videos that NordicTrack has because you're outside. I actually like visiting different places, whereas this is mostly in studios. But you got to give them credit. They're the ones that pioneered this live in-studio experience, and they're doing well at it. You should note that when you have the Peloton app on your NordicTrack machine, you're not going to get all of the capabilities of the actual Peloton app if you had it on a Peloton tread or a Peloton cycle. But you will be able to join in on the classes, and if you have an Android 7.0 or better machine, you'll actually be able to split screen. You can have Peloton on one side and the iFit on the other, so you'll have your stats and then you'll have the Peloton. For those of you that have an older machine like I do, you'll just have to have the Peloton on screen, and then you'll have to swipe up, hit your square button so that you can see all of the programs that are running, and then go back to iFit. If you've been away from the iFit app for too long, you'll get something like this. You'll get a blank screen which tells you that it lost its connection to iFit or that the iFit app wasn't running anymore. You have to remember that when NordicTrack made these machines, they didn't have in mind you switching back and forth between iFit and something else. The fact that we're able to get into the machine and get into privilege mode is great, but you just have to deal with things like this. So why are we here? We're going to swipe up, go into privilege mode, go to the desktop, and the first thing we will do is uninstall Peloton because we're going to show you how to install it. Do you want to uninstall this app? Yes. It's uninstalling, and it's uninstalled. I wish the Peloton install was that quick. First things first, remember you have to access privilege mode, which we have done already, and then you have to go into settings. It's security, and you have to make sure that unknown sources allow installation of apps from unknown sources is enabled, okay? You'll know if you forgot to do this because when you go to install the Peloton, you'll actually get an error. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and forget to do that so that you can see the error that you'll get when you try to install it. Let's get back out of here. We'll go to the browser, and in Google, you have a choice. You can go to APK Pure, APK Mirror, or you can go to any site that you feel comfortable pulling APK files from. The APK files, that is what we use to install apps on our NordicTrack machines. The Google Play services here, I've spent countless hours troubleshooting, getting with multiple subscribers that have given me some advice, and I just can't get that done. Maybe one day I will be able to get it done, and maybe it's possible to get it done with the newer versions, but with my older version, I can't. And I've heard from others that they've been unsuccessful installing what's required to get Google Play onto this machine. But it doesn't matter, we can still get the apps we need. I'm going to go with APK Pure for today. Let me open up another tab, and we'll bring up APK Mirror on this one, so we can have them both up. All right, let's go back to APK Pure. Here's APK Pure. And let's go to APK Mirror. Those are the two that I use. I know there are other sites that have these types of files, but I feel comfortable with both of these. So with APK Mirror, let's type in Peloton. While that's waiting, so here we are, APK Pure. We will search for Peloton. Right there. There's your Peloton at-home fitness. There's some other things here, but that's what we want. So when you click on Peloton, it'll bring us here. And as you can tell, I've talked about this before in some of my earlier videos. It's not an APK file, it's an XAPK file, which is a bundled software package that's proprietary to APK Pure. So what I do is I scroll up and I take a look. This is the latest version. So you'll have to use the APK Pure app in order to install these. So let's go ahead and take a look at this latest version. And it says here that the architecture is ARM64 version 8A or ARM EABI version 7A. If you're not sure what those mean, click up there. I've got a link to where I actually go into detail on what these mean. And you need at least an Android 6.0. So if you have Android 7.0 or better, or Android 6.0, I don't know if NordicTrack actually has any machines with Android 6. I know they have either Android 5 or Android 7, but I can't use this, but you can. So you can just go ahead and click on that, and I'll show you. I'll just click on one of these. I would be clicking on that one if I had a newer machine, I believe, because most of the new machines come with the ARM64 version 8A. So if you were coming here and you clicked on the first one, it would actually show you the date that it was updated on, the Android version, which is 6.0, the architecture, which is important, and then you would just download. So you click download, and then it'll say starting download. Now for those of us that have older machines, let me back up. We can't use this version. So let's see if I can go to the previous version. Let's try this one. You'll notice how this goes from 2000 and this one goes down to 17. So let's try that one. If Peloton is smart, if any app developer is smart, they'll create different versions of their apps so that all Android users can use the app, regardless of what Android version they're running. But I can't use this one either, so let's go back. Let's try this one. And I still can't. 5.1.1 version, because obviously, oh, here we go. So I can use this version. I don't have the 64, I have the actual version 7A. Let me show you how I know that. I'm going to swipe up, go back to my desktop, and you'll be installing something called Droid Info. Again, the link will be up here, and I'll say no thanks. And over here, if you go to System, it actually tells you your version. See, I have ARM EABI version 7A. So I can use all apps that support these two instruction sets. Let me go back to the browser. So I would be installing this one right here. Comes up, and again, you can validate Android 5.1 and ARM EABI version 7A. Let's download that one. And as you could see, it was 42 megabytes. You don't have anything to worry about as far as overloading the storage on your NordicTrack machine. If you scroll up, and if you go to settings, I believe there's a setting here that will allow you to see your storage, that one right there. And if you look at storage, I've got tons of stuff on mine. And as you can see, it's calculating the storage now. I still have over 2.4 gigabytes available. If you ever want to see how much storage you have now, you know how you can get there. You're just hitting storage right here. I just showed you how to download the Peloton app using APK Pure. If you wanted to use APK Mirror, over here it's called Peloton Digital. So with APK Mirror, here are all the options available to us. And if we click on the first one and scroll up, this too also uses a bundle. So here's the thing about APK Mirror. Sometimes it provides you with different options, different than the ones you get with APK Pure. Over here, you can actually install just the APK, so you don't need to have an additional app loaded like APK Pure. With the APK Pure Peloton app, you needed to have APK Pure installed first. With APK Mirror, you don't. So I probably would go with APK Mirror, because over here, if I click on that one, you notice it just says APK. And if I have the option of downloading an APK versus a bundled APK, I'm always going to go with the APK. And this shows me that it's available for all versions, all architectural versions, which is good. But at a minimum, you need Android 6. So I can't use this one. But if you wanted to download this one, if you have one of the newer versions, then you would be able to download the APK. I'll show you all these files once we're done here. Now you won't get this. The reason I'm getting this is because I actually have another program that I can use. You won't get this at all. So disregard this. So we'll look at this in a second. Let's go back, and staying on APK Mirror, we're going to find a different version. Let's try this one right here. And you notice these are all APKs, so you won't need any additional software to run. And this is also Android 6.0. So which one did we use for, so if we go back, we can actually tell which version we used. So it was version 168935. So let's scroll up, 168935. So it probably would be this one. But me being obsessive compulsive, I'm going to go through these, and I'll be right back once I get to that. So that is the latest version for Android 5.1. And we can verify that by coming here. And there you go, Android 5.1. But this is a bundle. So if your NordicTrack machine is an older version running an Android 5.1, you'll have to use a bundle. So you can either pick APK Mirror or APK Pure. I'm just going to stick with APK Pure for the older version. I've already downloaded that, but I will show you how to use APK Mirror because it comes with just the APK file, which is a much easier install. and I will download that one. So we'll have different options. And again, it supports all of the architectures. It supports Android 5.1 Lollipop, and we'll just click right there. Again, you won't see this. I'm seeing it because I have a program called ES File Explorer that allows me to interact with APK files. And you should see starting to download. Okay, so what did we do? We have different versions of the APK file. We also have downloaded from APK Pure and APK Mirror. And we also have just an APK file, so you don't need any additional software. But unfortunately, I can't use that one because that is only for machines that have a higher version of the Android operating system or the Android firmware. That's for anyone that has an Android 6.0 or higher. So the newer machines, I believe, come with Android 7.0. You can use that. Unfortunately, I can't go through that install. What I would recommend that you do, first of all, let's go ahead and close this. I like swiping away all windows that I don't need. I'm always partial to iFit, so I always leave that running in the background, even though it's probably not running, who knows. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the downloads folder. That's where all your downloadable files are. And if you notice, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 different downloads. Why is that? So these two I downloaded from APK Pure. These are actual bundled package installers. This one is just a regular APK file, so this is the simplest install. And if you have a newer machine, that's the one that I would use because it's just a simple install. You just start it and it installs. And then these two, these are bundled as well. Let's go with this. Let's just stay with APK Pure. Now, if you have a newer machine, then yes, go ahead and go to APK Mirror and download this APK file because it's very simple. Now, it's not going to run on my Android, but let's see what happens if I click this one. See, it won't allow me to parse this package because I don't have the correct architecture. What I would advise you all to do, the people that have the newer machines, this is the file that I would download, this one right here. Where did I get that from? I got that from APK Mirror, and it was the latest and greatest, and it just said APK versus these. Just in case, we'll go back because I really want to make sure that I'm being very clear on this. If you have a newer machine that's running an Android version 7.0 or higher, I would recommend that you go to APK Mirror and you do a search for Peloton, and when you do the search, that you download the latest and greatest. And the latest and greatest was this version. And when you click on that one, that's a July 22 date, and you scroll up, you'll see that you have an option. You can either download the bundled or you can download just the APK. So if you have a newer machine, one more time, just for clarity's sake, I would download that one. That's the one you want, and then you just run through the regular install. What I need you to do is, if you're using that, then I need you to comment down below and let me know that it worked for you. Now, if that doesn't work for you, then you would go with the bundled one. But I don't see why that wouldn't work, and that would make the install so much easier. Unfortunately, I don't have this newer version, so I will have to go with the harder install. Let's go back to downloads, and I'm going to remove all the ones I don't need. Just hold on and just click it. And then over here, there's a garbage can. So the only two that I have here, I have the newest version if you have a newer machine, which I can't use either. So I will be going through the install using the packaged. Now, if for some reason you try using the APK file that I talked about earlier and that doesn't work, then you would have to use the packaged one. And in order to do that, you would need to also download the installer, depending on if you got it from APK Pure or APK Mirror. So this is from APK Pure. So if you notice, if I click on that, let me try that again. It says can't open file. That's because it's proprietary. I need the APK Pure. Let's click out of here. I need to download APK Pure. I don't have it, so let's go ahead and go to the browser. Go to APK Pure. Search. I'm hoping that you all don't have to do this. Again, comment down below if you're actually able to go to APK Mirror, download just the APK file and install that. And if that works, then great. But I really need for you guys to go out there and test it out and let me know. And what I might do is, with time, if I continue to make these videos, I might have to upgrade my machine to a newer version so that I can support you all. And search APK Pure. And here is the APK Pure app. You click on that. Again, you won't see that. All you'll see that it's downloading. Actually, it's not downloading yet. It's going to show me what version. And it says it's good for Android 4.2. So we're good to go here. We can download this one. Once again, ignore that. You won't be seeing that. Instead, you'll see that instead, starting download. Just so you know where I'm at. So we're back to downloads. And there's your APK. So again, if you want to use the package installer, you will have to install the app from where you downloaded the file. So since I'm going to be installing this Peloton at Home Fitness, and it's a bundled application file, I will need to use APK Pure. Now this is what you'll get if you don't have unknown sources enabled. For security, your tablet is set to block installation. What it allows you to do, it allows you to go into settings, and there's your unknown sources. And if you go to the right, it'll allow you to enable it. It will give you a warning you're more vulnerable to attacks. Just hit OK, and then go back and try it again. Do you want to install? Yes, it's installing. Shouldn't be that long. This is a simple program. And it says app installed. I don't ever open it from here, I just say done. Now you can actually click on the Peloton because this XAPK file is associated with that program. And here's another thing. I want to show you something. I'm sorry to get off a tangent, but that program, that APK program, if I run it, I think it's going to switch into this mode. And you notice it just switched everything? If that doesn't bother you, then fine, you can keep going. But it bothers me, so I'm going to show you how to fix that. So you can't swipe up from here or down anymore. Now you have to swipe from left or right. So let's swipe this way and get out of here. Let's swipe here and make sure we close that. Close security, close browser settings. All right. There's a program that you can run that will alleviate that, and it's called rotation control. Now, rotation control is one of those programs that I loaded a while back, and if you click up there, it'll give you a link to how to install rotation control. But essentially, when you click rotation control and it starts, it gives you an option. Do you want to start controlling rotation? You can click that, or you can actually have it start on boot, which I don't because I only have rotation control when I need it. So I will enable it for now. I will go back to my desktop. And if you notice, when you swipe down, there's your rotation control, and it'll have that shield up and that first one. And all of these do something different. Let me go ahead and take the shield out. If you do that one, it doesn't do anything here. To the right, nothing. See that? That just switched everything. This one. That switched everything this way. And I'm not really sure. And you can play around with this. But I always leave it on the default, that one. But I always hit the shield because the shield will auto-rotate for what I need. So I just wanted to show you that. Click on the link that I showed you earlier and then install rotation control and then start it. Make sure that start control rotation is enabled. Now when you hit APK Pure, you'll notice it pops up in the right format, in the right orientation. So now you have APK running. You can either install it from here, or you can actually go back to the installation file and do it from there. And I prefer doing it that way. So I'm going to close APK Pure, close that. I'm actually going to close iFit as well because I want to do this with nothing running in the background. So here we are, Peloton at home. I'm going to click it, and that file extension is associated with APK Pure, so it should start APK Pure for me. And it does. It tells you, is this the APK file you want to install? I say yes, install. It starts extracting the APK file. It says installing. Now, if I recall, if I install it from here, I'm not sure if it works, but let's go ahead and try. Do the install. And it says installation failed. That's correct. Hit done. So that's not what I want to do. Let's get out of here. Let's close everything. So this is the way you will be installing Peloton. So once you download the Peloton app, once you download the APK Pure app, you will come here. You will start APK Pure. You come here to the right, this little hamburger menu of these three lines with the red dot. You click on that. It brings you to the app management. You go to the APK XAPK management menu or the sub menu. And you don't click on that install button. It won't work. We're going to go to Peloton and actually click on the Peloton icon, and it brings you to a dedicated page just for Peloton. And from here, you see the little heart there? We will use this install button. For some reason, when you install from this interface, it works. But if you try installing another way, it doesn't. Click on this install button. So here we go. And what should happen, it should once again extract the APK for us. You'll see the actual extraction taking place. And there you go. We're up to 4%, 8%. So I'm just going to fast forward at this point. It's extracting the APK now and it's installing. And this better work, because if it doesn't, I don't have Peloton anymore. I'm almost fearful of hitting that, but here goes. That's good, it has not failed. You know how when you keep doing something and you get a result that you don't like, and then you do it again, and even though you think it might work, you still think it's not going to work? Well, I'm already past that because it would have failed by now. So if you're using the package installer, please follow those steps, and I'll have those steps documented. I'll write something out. So in summary, I'll write something out right after this or right before this, so you won't have any issues following. So it says installation completed. I never want to open it. I want to say done. And then I want to get out of here. I want to hit the square to show me my running processes, stop everything. Go back in here, and Peloton, where are you? And there you go, there's Peloton. So if I click that, oh, here we go. I was about to yawn. Join live and on-demand classes. Let's log in. Dr. NT 0714 at gmail.com. Let's log on. Who is working out? Me. I am working out. And there you go. Let's do a walking because I'm not in the mood to run. Rebecca Kennedy, because she was the instructor for my very first Peloton live class that I took. Hit start. It actually shows you all the music. I think I saw some hot stuff down at Summers.
Peloton, I'm Rebecca Kennedy, and welcome to your 20-minute hike. We're gonna take it uphill today because that's the only way to go.
So let me hit pause.
We're gonna go to the tip top and see what this Peloton.
Let's go ahead and start the iFit app first. Get the treadmill going, and then we'll go back to the Peloton app. So what I'm going to do is go to the manual. Oh, there you go. And my tread starts. I'll end the warm-up. Then I'll swipe up, go to my circle, go to my desktop, go to Peloton. Once my Peloton starts, as you can see, the belt is still moving. Just pick what you want. I'll go to walking. We'll go back to the class I was taking. We'll say start.
What's up, Peloton?
There you go.
I'm Rebecca Kennedy, and welcome to your 20-minute hike.
All right.
3 blocks of work. After
So
a
there you
really
go.
quick warm-up, we're going to focus
This
on
is the
endurance,
Peloton
then
app.
we're going to add in a
I'm
progressive climb
running
on
the Peloton
incline,
app
and then we're going to marry our incline and
on my
speed together in our third block.
X22i.
Today.
And that's how you would do that. You would have Peloton running, iFit running in the background with Peloton running, and then you switching what you need, knowing that whatever you hit here, if it's a specific incline you want, you'll have to use these. Every time you hit this, it's a 0.5% increment. You can pick your speeds here. Once you're done, you can switch back to iFit, and even though iFit may have stopped, once you start it again, it'll give you your stats. Once again, if you have the newer Android, you'll have a split screen with Peloton on one side and iFit on the other, and then you'll be able to switch back and forth, I believe, and you'll always see your stats, which is pretty cool. Hopefully this was not as confusing as that 3-part series where you had to watch all 3 parts and then watch almost an hour. I'm going to try to take all of this footage and crunch it down to as little time as possible. Let's get out of here. Let's go back to iFit. And as you can see, iFit just doesn't run in the background. It does run in the background and my treadmill's still going, as you can see. But iFit likes to stop. Go back down to 0. But it should keep all of the stats in the background, which is nice. Restart iFit. It usually has a little pop-up window that says iFit stopped running. I have to clean this screen. It's dirty. Excuse me. Next time I take a video, I'll have a cleaner screen. And you see, it actually loads the workout that you had, which is nice. And I was going for 4 minutes. Distance, it keeps everything. So that's a good thing. Hopefully this was helpful. If it was, hit the like button, comment below, especially if you're running the newer Android version and you use the APK to install, or if you have the split screen going. I'd really like to get a picture of that. You could send me a picture or even a video clip to that email, the drnt0714@gmail.com. Spell out doctor, DOCTORNT 0714@gmail.com. Send me some clips. I'd love to see Peloton on one side and iFit on the other. And even better, if you could send me a little short video clip, I might use it in my next video with your permission. So we finish and we're good to go. So hopefully this helped you. If it did and you'd like to see more content, please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. This way you'll be notified whenever I put out new content. And I'm trying to put out new content at least once a week, hopefully more. Once again, keep this gentleman in your prayers, Tommy Rivs. Let's go ahead and close this.